Alright guys, what's up? How y'all doing today? I'm going to be covering Mesa's Regulators. I'm going to have the build for you right here. As you all know, with the update that dropped, we also have Exalted Weapons. So 6 frames that use Exalted Weapons, they have their own builds for it now. So you could build for it. You have Excalibur's Exalted Blade, you have Valkyr's Talons, you have Wukong's Iron Staff, Titania's Dixia Pixia, also with her Dewata, Mesa's Regulators, and Ivara's Artemis Bow. I'm going to be touching on Mesa's Regulators right now. And the luxury for these Regulators is that it has infinite ammo. So don't worry about the whole magazine. As you can see right here, it says 100. Don't worry about that because Regulators have infinite ammo. So you could go crazy with this mod here. Put Anemic Agility on there just to have that fire rate up even more to 37. Got the Lethal Torrent, Barrel Diffusion, and Hornet Strike to go along with the Prime Target Cracker, Prime Pistol Gamut, and 2 dual stat elements because I want to get the status to 50%. And I have my critical game working here for that 71.8 with 6.3. This is a corrosive build. I have 2 builds actually. This is my config A. My config B is practically the same. The only thing I've taken out in this is that I put MAME on here so that I could skew for more slash, just slightly. But if I could keep proccing slash along with Regulators fast fire rate, I'm going to be taking out enemies in seconds. Now with the Regulators, like I said, it has infinite ammo, and since you could build for them now, it's like crazy strong when you consider the fact that you can take out enemies in rapid succession. Now what I'm going to do right here is trying to get out some enemies right here. Let me see, some corrupted heavy gunners. They're just going to be at level 130. As you can see, the design is much more better in the Simulacron, so you can pick your enemies as you so choose. Loving this update. So I'm going to simulate these guys. And pretty much going off of the Regulators, we're able to lay waste to these dudes in rapid succession. And as you can see, just be proccing the element. As long as I have 50% status, like I'm gonna be proccing my element extremely quickly because of my fire rate being so high. And in a matter of seconds, these dudes are done. And if you're noticing that I'm using an Arcane on, the Arcane that I am rocking is Arcane Velocity. Now this speeds up your fire rate by 80% for 5 seconds. So 80% on top of the Regulators right here for that 37 on the fire rate. It's crazy insane. Now that's just me using the Arcane. I could take that off, and it doesn't even matter if Mesa even has it or not. So I'm just gonna have it just like that, and I'm just gonna go strictly off of the Regulators fire rate, and it's going to be rather crazy. So let me take that dude off, simulate it again. This is without Arcane Velocity. As you can see, she picks up right there. And there you go. That's just the regular fire rate off of the Regulators with Anemic Agility. So just by you modding the Regulators so you can get them strong is really good. I know some people, they don't realize with the Exalted Weapons, the update went through and they just keep using Mesa, not realizing that you have to mod your Regulators now, because if you don't, they are going to be weak. Regardless of how strong you make Mesa, the Regulators will be weak. So you have to build for these. Alright. Now this was just my corrosive build that I was just rocking to strip off armor. This is my viral build. I reduced the fire rate, but I upped the slash by putting MAME in there. So you must be wondering, how is this going to work? How is it going to be effective? Well, I'm going to show you right now. And the same situation will follow suit. As you can see, once she starts to rev up, you see the enemy's health is starting to drop. Now, just by that alone, it's like, yo, that's just going off of the regulators standard fire rate of 23. That's cool. But since I don't have an arcane on this setup, I could just be like, yo, let me go to my arcane section, put that on, and then you could just see how fast she could fire with this. So I'm gonna put arcane velocity, make sure that I have my viral build on, and then I could just rinse and repeat the process to see how fast I can actually take out those dudes now that I have arcane velocity. So remember, I don't have anemic agility on this, so I'm just going off of the velocity. See? Much more faster. Now you have options as far as with that dash, because I believe the regulators, it came with 2 V's and a dash. Now what I did as far as with the build, I technically just put 1 V here, 1 V here, and this was originally a dash. I just changed it into a V. So you could just have it just like this. So as you see, I have main right in there for that 23, 68 as far as with the fire, but I have it in there just to skew the slash. Now I said before, you have options. With main, you could take this off, and you can also put in, hollow point, so you could have that 8.1, so you'll be multi-critting like crazy. Or what some people can do also, you'll be reducing your fire rate, but if you know how Mesa works as far as with each consecutive shot, her fire rate increases. But since you're going off of the regulators, it will be somewhat low. But you can still put this in here, and even though the fire rate is at 18.35, you're practically going off of Mesa's fire rate in on herself. So it's up to you how you want to build Mesa's regulators. But I just have this in there just to skew the slash, so every time I proc viral, slash will follow suit with it, and every time I keep firing, they're gonna drop in seconds. It doesn't take you a minute to kill these enemies, especially if you're going with this setup here using anemic agility, and then you cop that with velocity. So her regulators is much more faster now than how it was. So this exalted weapons, as far as you be able to mod it and build it, it's really nice. I'm really liking it a lot. Mesa is killing enemies much more faster with or without velocity. So